Hi guys, welcome back. This is day 13 of the daily exercise videos. Once again, I'm back with an upper body day, and I would say this was most likely one of my better upper body days that I've had in a while. And because I'm not training single muscle groups anymore, I do feel that it's sometimes difficult to get like a proper pump or actually feel the contraction from exercises when I'm doing them in a single workout. So here I just of course warmed up again, did a bunch of shoulder and rotator cuff warm-ups, and then I went over to do some banded rows, so bent over rows, and it really helps just to contract the muscles better, but I've spoken about this before. I'm showcasing something else here today, where I'm doing a light dumbbell move, which is in the shape of a Y, a T, into a W, and then into a rotation where my arms are hanging. So it's basically an L move that I'm doing right at the end. So just see how I'm doing it. So I would say from my past experiences, exercising only with the single body part, it's good. And I've not trained like this for quite a while, where I'm doing upper body and lower body splits throughout the week. My initial plan was to have at least one day in the week where I would do a bit more HIIT training, and that never really realized. It's as if I did it for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then it just got a bit much for me, and I think I should really try and do that again, because at the end of the day it's important to train your body in various ways and not just be balanced or unbalanced due to only being good at one particular thing. It is though important to know that it doesn't matter what athlete you choose to be, as long as you are happy with what you're doing and you are staying safe and you are basically making progress from your previous efforts. So of course, if you're comparing yourself to other people, that's not the right way to go about it, as you don't know what they've been through. You do know what your journey has been like. And of course, once again, that is why I'm documenting all of this. So in my opinion, I do like to see other guys who are performing good exercises or some cool exercises, which I would like to mimic or at least try. But I've been doing this type of exercising that I'm showcasing here for a very long time, and I was thinking before that I would have to incorporate a lot of different exercises all at once, and when I tried that initially for like a month, it was a bit much for me to continue doing that, and due to that I just basically moved on from that idea, as I think this is a much better approach, as it helps me to focus on the parts that I really want to improve. So what I'm doing now is really focusing on building muscle again, because for a long time I just had this excuse of I'm just going to maintain, but I was never really pushing myself hard enough to actually stimulate muscle growth. I was never eating enough to stimulate muscle growth. So now I'm just pushing myself in every session that I have, and I'm trying to perform the exercises better as well, because I do want to stay healthy. So for example, I never do flat dumbbell press but I seem to still be strong from it due to my flat barbell bench press, which is pretty good. I mean, I can do there 110 for like 5 by 5. However, what I'm doing in this routine today is all about focusing on the most basic exercises one should have in your exercise. If you can only choose a couple of exercises for upper body, these would be part of them. So I started off with flat dumbbell press. You can either do that or flat barbell press, but there is not enough tricep activation when doing those exercises. Therefore, I am incorporating what I'm doing here. It's overhead tricep extension, and this works the long head, as that's not being worked when you're doing dumbbell or barbell chest press. So by doing this, of course, it really works on that long head, and you can really feel it working. And as your arm is made up of two parts, your biceps and your triceps, you want to exercise, you want to focus on your triceps quite a bit, as they do need to grow more and there are more muscle to be filled. So of course, if that muscle is bigger, you would in essence get a bigger arm. Then when doing this chest supported row, of course there's a lot of back activation, and it's good. I mean, you don't really have to swing as I'm doing here, but I'm doing this to try and get the most contraction as possible. But the bicep activation with this is once again enough for you not to have to go do separate bicep curls. If you would do something else, which is also a staple basic exercise, it would be neutral grip pull-ups. So basically a hammer grip just in front of your face, and you get quite a lot of bicep activation through that exercise. So all in all, you don't have to do all fancy and weird exercises to try and stimulate muscle growth. Of course, it must be progressive overload, and it doesn't help you always just do weights that are too heavy and you can only do like 3 or 4 reps. I mean, that's not really anything good for muscle growth, but it must be something that at least challenge you to the point where like 8 reps is a struggle sometimes. If you're getting 10, of course, I think you can increase the weight, but sometimes the weight on dumbbells is a bit too much in certain situations. So here I just stayed on the same weight for the entire duration, as I'm not, or as my shoulders are my weakest part of my body. That are my abs, I would say, and possibly my calves as well. So it's a part of my body that needs a lot more attention, and by doing unsupported dumbbell press or unsupported barbell press, you get a good activation on the front delt, but your side delt and your rear delt is not really focused. Therefore, I did the chest supported rows, which was like a rear delt and back exercise for the day. And then, of course, if you want to train your side delt or your lateral side, you do need to do something like this, where you do lateral raises. And you can, of course, bend over a bit more, like lean over at a let's say 15-20 degree angle, and work different parts of your shoulder. But these are really like the staple exercises that one would need. And I would say from performing all of these, the result that you would get by just doing this and not any other random silly exercises to try and feel the muscle, you would still be able to build a pretty good physique. Of course, there are other exercises within this training routine that I did that you can swap out with, things that are barbell or different things that will be in future videos. But these are a couple of basic exercises that you would need for like an upper body split, and I feel that it has been an absolutely amazing workout, and you can definitely try it too, because I do want to try and help every single person who watches this channel, and it definitely helps me to track what I'm doing, but at the same time it also would help you to see what is the possible best way to exercise, or at least learn from my experiences, that you don't have to go through the same mistakes for years and years on end. Because I've been exercising now for roughly 10, 11 years, but it's not been consistent all the time. There were times, of course, during COVID that I couldn't exercise and I didn't make any progress. There were times when I went traveling for a couple of months and also didn't do anything, and everyone goes through ups and downs in their life. At the end of the day, what matters is your willingness to continue bettering yourself. And I would say, I hope that for you, by watching these videos, it would also help you to get a better understanding of your body and your training regime. And I'm just a normal bloke who exercises and actually who likes it, and if you can benefit from it, great, then I'm super happy. Even if I can just help one of you, it's all that I'm asking for. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this, I am absolutely ecstatic. But please stay tuned, because there will be more exercises coming. As you know, this is a daily video that I'm trying to do here. So if you enjoy this, please think if you would like to see it, subscribe and hit that like button. Alright guys, I'm out, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.